Hi guys, today I am coming up with another management topic which is the root cause of low performance of any individual or team or organization. We put lot of efforts and use number of management tools to enhance productivity without touching the real culprit of the low performance. The topic I am talking about is procrastination. Properly curing this problem can enhance the performance of not only the organization but also the individual and family excellence. Have you heard about the word procrastination? Yes, many of you must have heard about the word procrastination, but you must have not assessed the real damage it can create to the performance. In simple terms, the procrastination means delaying the work or delaying in taking a decision. Maybe because we don't know which is the right decision and the perfect decision. So, we delay the work for another day, by which it has become very urgent, in which most probably we will be taking a wrong decision, or it may become irrelevant on the next day. In both the cases, we lose the time value of the decision. Procrastination can be called in yet another commonly known word, time management. So, whether you have heard about the word procrastination or not, the actual culprit of the non-performance or the failure or the ineffectiveness of the decision is procrastination. Be it a student, an employee, an entrepreneur, a pilot, or even a common man, taking a timely decision will improve the fruitful performance. In nutshell, if you can keep away the procrastination, the performance, the higher performance, the better performance is guaranteed. We all know that addiction to narcotic drugs is very dangerous to the health of an employee, health of a person. But in reality, procrastination is dangerous than, worse than the narcotic drugs addiction. Similar to narcotic drugs, procrastination also is very vulnerable to addiction unless you identify and rectify it timely. Because procrastination is like using the credit card. Yes, using the credit card is fun till you get the bill at the end of the month. Similarly, procrastination also is very enjoyable till your boss do the performance evaluation at the end of the month or preparing balance sheet of your company. Life is such that if you don't take the decision timely, someone else will be taking the decision and reap the benefit also. Time and wait for none is the apt idiom to explain the importance of timely decision. If you take a decision, there are two possibilities. Either the decision is correct or it is a wrong decision. But if you don't take the decision, there is only one possibility, that is definitely a failure or not achieving the target. That is why it is said that bad decision is better than no decision. Procrastination is mainly due to fear of failure. So, the more you delay a decision, the probability for making a wrong decision also increases. If you take a decision and even if it is a wrong decision, you can correct it timely and learn from the mistakes, and you become capable of taking a correct and speedy decision in the future, which ultimately matters in the development of any individual. Performance of any team depends mainly on the quality of the managers who are capable of taking decisions and acumen to delegate the work to his team members as per the strength of his subordinates. It includes what work to be delegated, to whom the work to be given, and when to be given. A good manager knows the strength of each subordinates and assign work as per their strength. But some managers have the tendency to do everything by themselves, maybe because they don't believe in the capability of the group members, maybe not sure of their quality of work. Whatever may be the reason, not giving the work to other team members as per their capability is going to damage the overall performance of the team and also make other members of the team incapable. Take the example of a typist who can do a work in, just imagine he can do a work in just 10 minutes. And if the manager is not delegating that work and doing it himself, it may take 20 to 30 or even 40 minutes to complete it. So, in a day, a number of works are done by the manager by himself without delegating it properly to the subordinates as per their competence. We can just imagine what will be the situation at the end of the day. Either you may have to stay back in the office, or you may have to carry the work to your residence to get it completed. In both the cases, you lose the work-life balance required for you as well as your subordinates, and you spoil the equilibrium of the work-life balance which is required in the current scenario, or you are losing more time, or you are deprived of time in utilizing the time for proper planning and execution of the project as a whole, which you should have utilized for planning and strategizing another very important assignments. In short, the success of the team depends upon the capability of the manager to decide what to delegate, whom to delegate, and when to delegate. Are you struggling to get things done? Yes. Let us explore the psychology behind it and how to break this hesitation in taking a decision. Procrastination is not about being lazy. It is actually rooted in how our brains are wired. Let us break it down. So, why do we procrastinate? Our brains are hardwired to prefer the immediate rewards over the future ones. So, when you have to decide between starting a project work or watching your favorite show, guess which one your brain wants to do it now? Yes, exactly, watching your favorite show. So, when you have an option to decide about two works, that is, one is starting the work or watching the movie, just to guess what your brain will say? Yes, definitely your brain wants to see the movie scene now itself, or your favorite show. We have evolved to seize the moment. Just think of our ancestors who have the survival instincts, just hunt and gather for the day to meet the daily requirement and relax. In simple terms, here is the psychology behind this behavior. Mainly, two parts of the brain decides what to do now. One is limbic system and another one is prefrontal cortex. The limbic system is the part of your brain that seeks pleasure right now. The limbic system is too emotional and says, let us enjoy now by relaxing, or doing fun now and postpone the decision making for later. It is considered that most children will have dominant limbic system. The prefrontal cortex is the logical part that plans ahead and trying to remind you about your future goals. It is judgmental. Elderly and matured people will have more of prefrontal cortex and have control over limbic system. These two parts of your brain are in a tug of war always. and very often the limbic system wins, especially when we are tired, depressed or overwhelmed. Procrastination is not a character flaw. It is a natural response to how our brains are wired. But the good news is that with the right strategies, you can train your brain to focus on long-term rewards and strengthen prefrontal cortex. So, let us see how to tackle the problem of procrastination. Just to see the diagram, any work and every work can be categorized into above 4 categories on the basis of its importance and urgency. Yes, two factors are there, one is the importance and the urgency. The first category is that it is important as well as urgent. The second category is that it is important but not very urgent. The third category is that which are not important but they are very urgent. And the fourth category is that which is neither urgent nor important. All tasks fall into any one of the above 4 categories, and if one can segregate all tasks into above 4 categories, half of the work is done. The important and urgent tasks need to be done immediately. These are the tasks that requires immediate action and have significant consequences. So, do it now. Similarly, just opposite to it is that some tasks are neither important nor urgent, whereas we should not waste our precious time. These tasks are time wasters with no real value or impact. So, eliminate it. The third category is that some works are very important, but to be done on a later date. These tasks may not have deadlines, but they are critical for the success of the organization. So, schedule it properly. The last category is that it is not important, but to be attended immediately, that is time value. Tasks that demand immediate attention, but are not as important. So, you delegate it. Even though it is known theoretically to many, the success of manager depends on his wisdom to distinguish the above 4 categories and correctly classify each work in the above 4 categories. These 4 categories can be explained with example. Number 1 is do it now. For example, you want to finalize a presentation for policy change proposal in the board meeting tomorrow. It is important as well as urgent. So, attack these tasks first each morning with full focus. Set a strict deadline and time frame to get it completed. The second category is to schedule it. The work is important, but it is not urgent. For example, if you want to map a long term hiring plan for next 18 months, so you need not to do it now itself, but you can do it in a flexible time, but it is very important. If you are not able to achieve the hiring properly as per the timing plan, it will be a failure. So, protect time blocks in advance. Never leave such works for floating. So, tie them to measurable outcomes rather than vague intentions. The third category is that delegate it. Some of the routine works are there, which is not important, but it has to be done. Example, collection of data from projects on PF deposit compliance by the projects. So, this work can be done by anyone. So, delegate with deadline and clarity in not wasting the time. And the last group is that which requires to be eliminated. These works are not useful at all, and it is not required also. Many of the managers waste their time simply roaming around this work without any real output. So, in explaining the main causes of the procrastination, the number one is not learning the art of proper delegation. The main cause for the procrastination is keeping all the work with himself, because he is not having confidence in the capability of the team members, or may not be sure about their quality of work. Performance of any team depends mainly on the quality of the managers who is capable of taking decisions and acumen to delegate the work to his team members as per their strength. It includes what work to be delegated, to whom the work to be given, and when to be given. A good manager knows the strength of each subordinate and assigned the work as per their strength. Whatever may be the reason, not giving the work to other team members as per their capability is going to damage the overall performance of the team and also make other members of the team incapable. So, if you want to improve the performance of your team and increase the potential and capability of your team members manifolds, so delegate the work diligently. So, learn the art of delegating the work timely as per the capability of each member, follow up the progress of the work regularly, and of course, appreciating them on completion of the work. In short, the capability of the manager depends upon what to delegate, when to delegate, and whom to delegate. The second is the self-regulation theory. It is the inability to focus or manage stress which leads to procrastination. Whenever we are in a stress or depressed, we delay the work for another day. The third is the ego depletion model, in which the willpower drains daily, making procrastination easier. So, unless we have the willpower, the procrastination will overpower us. The fourth one is goal setting theory. It says that sometimes the goal is vague or goals are very easy which do not motivate to act. And the fifth is the fight or flight model. It is quite natural to fight the situation or flight or run away. When the flight model is more prevalent in an individual, he will try to keep away from the situation. So, fear of failure and tendency to run away from the situation causes avoidance. So, let us summarize the ways in which we can avoid procrastination. Procrastination is not a character flaw. It is how our brains are wired to act differently to different situations. But the good news is that with right strategies, you can train your brain to focus on long-term rewards. The key is to start small. Pick one strategy today. It may be 5-second rule, or breaking the task into small bits and do it in a part and construct the whole work and get the complete work done. Another very important aspect to avoid or prevent procrastination is stop thinking of the outcome. Stop fearing what if I fail in the decision. So, cultivate the habit of daring to think, why not I take this decision? So, nourish the habit of catching the bull by the horns. Thank you.